All right, for this question, we have a good candidate for integration using partial fractions. We have the integral 1 over x cubed minus x dx. And the denominator can be factored into x times x squared minus 1, which is a conjugate. So we can write it as three unique factors, x times x plus 1 times x minus 1, which you can see here up above. That's the denominator factored. The next step is we then set up a one fraction for each unique factor, giving us this fraction, which we'd like to integrate, equals a over x plus b over x plus 1 plus c over x minus 1. Then multiplying both sides by the denominator x cubed minus x will give us x cubed minus x divided by itself, which is 1. And we'll place it up here in the numerator next to a, b, and c. Since the denominators are the three factors that are equivalent to the expression above, that factor will cancel out and we'll be left with the two remaining factors. So for a, we're canceling x. So what will still be present is x plus 1 and x minus 1. For b, we're canceling the second factor, so it will still have x and x minus 1. And for c, we're canceling the last factor, so it will still have x and x plus 1. The next step is to use our knowledge of zero products to find the values of a, b, and c. So we can plug in 0 for x to create a 0. Here for the second factor, we could plug in -1 for x to create a 0. And here for the third factor, if we used x equals +1, then this would be a 0 term. And that would be the third 0. So plugging in x equals 0 gives us let's see, we'll have the b term will be 0 because there'll be a 0 present here. So that entire term will be 0. And the 0 will be here at c. And it will give us that 1 equals 1 times -1a, or 1 equals -a. Therefore, a must be -1. Using the second zero product, we'll plug in x equals -1. The a and c terms will cancel. And we'll get that 1 equals -1 times -2b, or 1 equals 2b. So b equals 1/2. Finally, we can plug in 1 into the equation here down below, and the a and b terms will cancel because they'll both be zeros. And then we get 1 equals 1 times 2c, 1 equals 2c. Dividing by 2, we get that c is also 1/2. So now we've solved for the values of a, b, and c. Next, we'll set up the integral as three separate integrals: -1 over x dx, 1/2 over x plus 1 dx, and 1/2 over x minus 1 dx. We can factor out the numerators for each of these three integrals, and now we can differentiate using the natural log rule. We get -ln x plus 1/2 ln of x plus 1 plus 1/2 of ln of x minus 1 plus c. So we've correctly solved this integral, the integral of 1 over x cubed minus x dx. Thank you for watching this video.